Hey guys, well Pocono has a fuel leak. So, well, unfortunately, that means the fuel pump is going to have to come out and be rebuilt. So, and maybe get some HP.
Let's roll that intro.
Pocono Pete show here, I guess, is what we're going to be calling ourselves.
Right.
It's going to be, that's how it's going to be, I think, always a show. Hey everybody, Troy here at the Pocono Pete show. Kidding around, gotta have a little fun. How's everybody doing? Well, Laura kind of broke in the introduction about we got a leak in Pocono here in the fuel pump. I'll admit to everybody, I've been wrenching all my life and doing Mopars, but yeah, I'm not I've been working on these all my life, so just a lot bigger stuff, I guess, that's all. So yeah, you complain about a $100 fuel pump on a car. Well, that's nothing compared to one of these. And they're some more expensive than this. But what happened, had a great time at the Big Iron Classic Truck and Pole Show. That was awesome. Got home though, and we had to take Pocono, had some errands to go run. We were trying to get some miles on Pocono, drive it around a little bit, start working out all the kinks and bugs, and hopefully for our future trips here. And we got a fuel leak, and I'll show you what it is. Get you over here. Coming out of the throttle shaft area down in here, underneath the cover here, it's dripping out of here. So some of you experts out there that deal with this stuff can know more than I am. I pretty much can rebuild or fix anything. I got to wait out time for me to do it since I've never done one versus having a shop do it. We got a cool shop that's pretty close. They specialize in rebuilding these fuel pumps, and sounds like we don't want to hurt Pocono at all, but sounds like we have them, they'll do a light tweak to it. Talking a 10%, they're calling it. Do a real mild tweak to it, and zip the power just barely up a little bit, but enough not to hurt anything. They seem to be pretty knowledgeable on what's safe for this motor. And so the big goal is for me to get it off, and obviously it's going to be a little bit of fun. Here, a lot of challenges because of got our power steering reservoir here, the big bracket here, everything's kind of in the way. Not too big of a deal, you got a few bolts here, that one back behind. I'm gonna guess, like I said, I'm new to this, I'm guessing this is for the Jake brake. When I'm gonna call it the switch for the Jake brake from when you're off idle, or on the throttle. That's not a big deal, so I can get that off easy. What the real problem is, I'm hearing, is this back support bracket right there. That runs down the back side, bolts up, kind of supports this, helps support this unit. Well, as you can see, there is not much room to get back in there. So I looked at a couple videos online. They're saying you can get to it. Some guys heat up and bend up a wrench. I'm sure there's a couple different things too, where the people got their lines coming out of their power steering sector assembly, or their hydraulic, I should say their, not their steering sector necessarily. That's back here. Out of there, I'm going to call it the power steering or hydraulic pump assembly. These lines look to be right in the way. But it is what it is. I just got to tackle in and going head first, and hopefully I come out on top. And here we go. I'll try and get the best video I can. It's obviously, you think you guys know this, I do this sometimes, kind of hard to actually get in and get the actual video of every nut and bolt, but we'll start. I'll try and see what I can show you. Hey everybody. Well, I've decided I'm gonna have to move the power steering pump, well, not pump, the reservoir and bracket assembly. Just want to move it up. I'm gonna take the bolts out, just move it up just right there for now, so I can get back into here. As you can see, as usual in my videos, the sun is setting and trying to burn the midnight oil again. Living the dream is what we're doing, huh? I think that gets in on the action. I'll be sure my thing's clean here too. Don't look up my shirt now. Don't look at my shirt. Let's see how heavy the bracket is now. Get the hard one to get first here. Probably gonna tip right over on me. Oh, look at that one. It's a little hard to get to the boat. Oh. Success. See if I can drop the nut. Alright, that's where it's going to get tricky. See? It's going to get tricky. It's going to get tricky and it's going to get heavy. Where's Laura when I need her? Uh-oh. Gonna get exciting. Let's see here. Not that heavy. It's going to be a little awkward. See if we can hold everything in there. Please stay. Okay. Let's see if my plan works. I have a plan. Oh, it might not work as I see. I got an airline in the way. My plan was so awesome at first. Oh, wait. The plan still might be awesome. Oh, wait. We are a little short on this end. But might be far enough. That'll work. All right. Maybe an extra hand that's plenty here. Where's my nuts? Where's my nuts? I win for now. I still gotta try and get that darn bolt out. Is that there? Right. You still can't even see that thing. You still can't even see that bolt back in there. Let's see, where's my lenses there? Easy. Easy. Kind of hard to do your camera and do this. But it's going to be the one that's straight across from back by the motor back there. It's going to be hard to get. I'm going to start with first removing throttle shaft stuff here. Just get some of this throttle linkage out of the way. And then I'm going to move on to, I'm going to try the hard thing first. I want to try and get back to this support bracket back in here. Which, that bolt's obviously easy as heck. It's going to be the bolt running down, I'd say across from this is where I think the bolt's going to be. So I'm going to give her a shot and see what I can do. Alright, I got 18,000 wrenches here. This is my selection I'm going to try. See if I have any luck. Alrighty, I guess I'm going to say I had success getting the hard to get to bolt loose. How I did it was I did move the power steering reservoir, the whole assembly. I just had to move it forward a little bit here. Yeah, here, things are a little different here. I got to go back farther. Had to move the whole reservoir assembly forward a little bit. And if you look down in here, try if you can see this because my little, I'm not even going to call it a gimbal. Alrighty, so I'm pointing at it down there. See the wrench shiny down, way down in the yonder down there. There it is. So I used a short 5/8 straight gear wrench. Got right in on there. Nice thing. Somebody didn't have the bolts over torqued, so the bolt came loose. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue this project tomorrow. Starting to get dark, and I think I'm past the hard part. Knock on wood, hopefully. And this looks like a couple lines to disconnect here, and the big main fuel line here. Want to keep going tonight. The RT garage is right in town here, and I'd hate to take the stuff apart and all of a sudden wake up tomorrow and, you know, I can try and block stuff off, but I don't want to wake up tomorrow and have 200 gallons of diesel down the alleyway, so I don't get in trouble with the city. So I'm gonna take it apart tomorrow, where I can monitor it during the day to be sure I got no fuel leakage after the pump's removed. So there's my story. We got her, I think we got her figured out. The hard to get to bolt is loose, basically mostly backed out right now, and we'll continue this project tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that cool stuff if you would. And obviously you can leave me some comments. I know we'd all rather see Laura doing this than me. She does try and do some of this stuff. She loves wrenching. Kind of an icky poopy job, so I said she wanted to try it, and we decided it'd be better for me to wrestle this one. So that's the story. 10-4, over and out. Working on the, we call it the Jake brake switch. have to remove this out of the way to get in there to get the stuff, I believe. It just looks like it's going to be in the way, I'm thinking. No way I can disconnect that easy. So I'm going to have to try and pull it off there, I guess. Well, we got a rare Minnesota fall day here. Mid-September, and it's going to be almost 90 degrees today. Laura wants to be out on the Panhead today. So I said, you have a choice. I can take you for a ride on the big Panhead, which maybe we still can if I get this done. Or you want me to work on your big Pocono hot rod truck. She wants her truck worked on, she said. Fix Pocono. And I say her truck because really Pocono is here because of Laura. Obviously I love Pocono just as much as Laura, but Laura did have us sell her dream bus that we had, we had a big Prevost H3, jacuzzi hot tub, marble floors, all sorts of stuff. But she really wanted to get a cool old truck and get a big trailer and do it this way. So Pocono is really, I kind of call it Laura's truck. So, which would be fitting because technically, granted, I'm going to drive the truck and we kind of call it mine too, but it's because of Laura why we have the truck. And so really, kind of how it should be, since Debbie owned the truck all these years, one owner woman, and we can kind of say it's second owner woman. It's a little different. I mean, yeah, I'm going to be doing most of the driving. Laura can drive anything. In fact, when we got married, she had 12 manual transmission muscle cars that were all hers. And Laura loves manual transmissions, and I do too. I admit Pocono gave me a little bit of a challenge learning this, trying to get it to shift nice. Did drive a newer truck too, so there's a little bit of difference. Maybe some of you guys out there think it's as easy, but I don't think so. This is the wrench I got in behind this guy with. Once I moved the power steering reservoir over. But even to get in here still, I mean, I can't even really get in there. With my hand, I'd like to take it off my hand and back there. It's almost too easy for the gear wrench now, but too hard to get your fingers in there. Let's see what happens if I do this. We got the bracket loose, so we know we got the right bolt coming loose. It's just I can't get my fingers in there to spin it out. No. I cannot get my fingies in there. And even to try and get a wrench on this sucker anyway. Yeah, that's a tough little sucker. Back on there. Probably should have took it off of there. Oh, this sun's a little warm today. Once again, though, I'll take sweating over being cold any day, though. Maybe I shouldn't have took that wrench off of there. Tough sucker to get on, that's for sure. I got this wrench on there 3 times yesterday in 2 seconds. And now I can't get on there no matter what. Myself, didn't I gotta turn that off. Well, I'm fighting a little bit that back bolt. I got it loose, no problem. Really hard to get bolt behind the bracket, the support bracket. I got it loose. What I'm trying to do is pre-plan how am I actually going to, I guess since I'm taking it off there, how am I actually going to be able to get it back on? I guess that's my question. Before I take it off all the way, I'm trying to figure out a way I can get my hands on it to be able to start threading it in. Once again, you guys have been doing this forever. You might, I mean, yeah, is it easier to take the compressor off? And then it looks like I'm going to get into some other stuff here if I pull the compressor off. So I'm not sure yet. Like I said, still some of this is a learning curve for me. First time I'm pulling a fuel pump off one of these. So all right, I got a good plug here for this though. I do. All right. Kind of cool, got that plugged off. Got a few more lines to get off of here that are probably going to drip all over, I'm guessing. Let's see here. Wrenches. Grab some fine wrenches for this. Go for anything up here. Oh, everything's coming off nice. Alright. Everything is cooperating. Why is that? Probably because Debbie took such good care of the truck. I would guess. Everything's coming off really nice. Why is that? I better quit wrecking a good thing. Maybe it's not going to come off nice. far so good. Lots of things are cooperating. It's always nice. Tools are when you move them around. Okay, so that dude, hang on to that down there. Beautiful. Sometimes it's a Chinese jigsaw puzzle getting in here. Oh yes. I feel like fumble fingers here for some reason. Plug this one with. I need a bigger. Let's try this size. One size too big. Maybe I just don't have this size. I don't have that size, I guess. What am I gonna get? Well, kind of what's going on. I'm just getting close here. I'm kind of working on getting the fittings off here. I guess I should say I'm getting the lines off. Working on getting the lines off. So far everything's gone really good. Except for holding the camera and being fumble fingers here. Too tight to do it by hand still. Gonna make me 1/4 turn at a time, get you off there. That's all right. All right. There we go. All lines are free. Wires linkage. I just got to finish getting the bolts off of it. Couple updates where I'm at here between some stuff. I popped that guy off, so I had some clearance back there to get to one of the bolts, but found this is no good. This O-ring is screwed up. It was installed previously or at one point in Pocono's life, but that part's messed up. Kind of interesting. I see it was one of the original bolts, got a real tiny washer with the lock washer. Looks like this guy is missing that little tiny washer with the lock washer. A little CSI there. I had to pop that guy off right here though. So I had access to get back in here on the 12.7/16 socket head, way back in here. So that's kind of what I was at here. Just working on getting this guy up back here. Yeah, definitely if you had to pull a compressor, it'd be way better do this whole setup like that. That's for sure. But hey, gotta have a challenge once in a while. So here we go. Here's my challenge. Still haven't figured a way out to get my hands down on that. From your angle, you're looking at up there, it'd be the lower right. Not quite figured out how I'm going to get that guy down there yet. Here's the 12 point. Need the 7/16 with a little swivel on it. So I'm basically down to this bolt, and the one back here with the big support bracket. So I'm getting close. Took my gloves off and look what happened. Gloves back on. Got a lot of tool cleanups after this. So what's going to come pouring out here? Like I said, I've never done this before. Maybe just diesel fuel. Oh, we're getting closer now. I'm back to you, trying to get stay out, you know. So this is a good challenge. It's not a challenge, it's kind of I think impossible, but I guess nothing's impossible, huh? Try something else here, see how this works. I think we are free. I think we might have success. It's going to be trying to wiggle this thing out of here now. Yes, we have success there. There goes some of the stuff down the old drain down there. More parts. Support bracket. Definitely would not be a fun on the side of the road repair though. Enough of a challenge is doing it like this. Somewhat of a controlled environment. Success. It's off. Obviously, I got a week to 2 weeks before they can have this finished for me. Sounds like when you gotta send the fuel pump in here, so it'll be a week or two. So I better get this cleaned up, tape this off back here to keep it clean. Make sure the fuel lines are taped up so they stay clean. So I guess that's where I'm at. Success. It's off. I'm just gonna clean up a few things, tape a few things up here, and we're gonna go with that for now. There it is in its glory. Still has all the safety ties on it, looks like. Safety wire, I should say. I see some silicone, so I mean, I assume with the 1.2 million miles, and Debbie freshened the motor and stuff up, I'm sure this was probably replaced, I'm guessing. 1 point or 2 points or 3 points, I don't know. But yeah, I sure didn't want to have to take it off, but we were having fuel leakage issues. And obviously now it concerns me, maybe it was just this guy here, that O-ring that was so bad. Was it trickling down the back and making it look like it was, really looked like it was dripping out of here, out of the base here. That's really where it seemed like it was leaking from. Bad. So I mean, not bad, but I mean, they're just running for a few minutes. There's a little puddle left there. So I guess didn't need to be rebuilt. I guess at least it'll be freshened up, and they'll zip it up just a teeny bit, it sounds like. Might do that little button deal in it. They might tweak a couple little things on it. So that's the story. Alright, got everything buttoned up, taped off for the long agonizing wait for our fuel pump to get rebuilt. Here we go.